I'm here for it. What are some culture shocks that a person moving to Portugal should be prepared for U.S. perspective? Ooh, it's a lot of them. All right, y'all think about those. I'm gonna tell you the ones that I'm think about immediately. The first one, again, you are gonna have to learn everything all over again, and you have to be okay with that. You're gonna have to learn how to use these stoves, how to figure out metro, how to grocery shop. You're basically saying you're going to move to a country and be illiterate. Okay, you won't know how to read, you don't know how to write, and you got to be okay with that. You got to be a certain type of person who can do that, and it is overwhelming. Was overwhelming for me, and that was a culture shock that I feel like I experienced. Also, you have to slow down. I think in the U.S. we just really have this go personality, and if you don't slow that down, you can find yourself being very frustrated and not living in the moment of the experience that you're having. I would say those were the major things of adjustment. What do you guys say?
Yeah, I'd say that.
Wake up, y'all.
I know. I need to open the wine.
Open the wine. We are doing happy hour. It is 6:00 here in Portugal. Okay.
Today, for people that don't know, like we all like kind of went back into work mode today.
We did.
So it's like the end of our respective work days. I honestly, there wasn't a lot because I've spent a lot of time in Europe before, but like since just like going to the grocery store, like there are some days where like if I'm not in a good mental headspace, I literally can't do something new that day because I'm going to get frustrated and I'm going to be like, I don't know how to say this in Portuguese. Like, for example, right before Christmas, I stupidly went into the grocery store on Christmas Eve, and I was like, oh, I need to get something from the butcher. And mind you, I went to a store that it's a very big store, and there's like the butcher section isn't just one section. There's like 5 different sections, and you have to get a ticket, and you have to get the right ticket. And I was trying to like say what I needed, but I wasn't saying it properly. And I was just like, it's fine, I'll just get chorizo. And it was just, so like just things like that. But other than that, I can't think of anything else that's come to mind that Sin didn't say.
Just small things. What you got, Margo?
Yeah, I agree with what you both said. I think it's just helped me to be more humble and just like not be so like insistent on like, okay, this is the way I used to do it in the States, and like obviously I'm in a new country, so just being more cognizant of like this new limitation of like not knowing the language and that I'm the outsider, and so I need to just like check my privilege often. So I'd say maybe that is like
the hardest thing about moving abroad. If I can reflect back to when I first moved abroad, it is you'll feel like you were horrible at everything. You are learning so many things all over again at your grown ass age. You know what I mean? Like you're learning the metro again. You're learning how to operate the washer because it's different. The stove. Like there's so many nuances that come at you all at once. And I felt when I did it and I was by myself, it was super overwhelming. I think that was the hardest thing initially, but just like as we'll talk about at the conference you all need to sign up to, just because you're scared doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. You know what I mean? I feel like people will tell me and they're like, you're so brave. You don't have any fear. And I'm like, I am terrified every time I do a new activity. Terrified. When I hit live today, my stomach hurt. I'm worried about the sound. Is it working? You know what I mean? I am terrified every time I do something different. The only difference between me going after what I want in my life and someone who hasn't is that I'm cool with that. Like my default is to walk in terror. My default is to walk in fear. And that is really, I think as I meet not just Julie and Margot, but all the other women that I've met here, the common denominator is that everyone is super independent and they just do it. Like they are just driven and they do it. And so that's the massive difference. If you were still feeling like you can't make a move, that's really why we came together to try to do this, because it's not like it's rocket science. Whether it be moving abroad or doing anything new, in this new world, you're going to have to acquire some new skills, and it's not going to feel good. gonna suck, and you still have to do it if you want a different life. So this is what I want to say, the hard part about living in Portugal, and I would say it's having new friends because I think that it's hard to know how to love new people in a way that respects their boundaries. Like, so for me, for folks that I've known for 20 years, I don't think I care about your boundaries. If I ain't hear from you and I want to play, or if I want to see you, I'm showing up at your door. Like, and I'm gonna sit there until you kick me off. Like, that's just what, you know, here you can't really be doing that. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that with new friendships, new relationships. So I find my struggle to know how to love people appropriately, especially when you're in this new space and you're trying to like be appropriate and respect people's boundaries. So I think that's been difficult for me. I don't even remember how I got there, y'all.